So we're just left with a Benshina alone. Come on, can I do this? Let's go. Okay, turns not enough. The turns are not enough. Oh, Benshina! Oh my god, Benshina with the damage right there. I was like, oh my god, 2 turns left. Benshina with the save. Hey, what's up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Brave 9 video. Alright, so Guild Wars against Phoenix down. This is right after a maintenance, emergency maintenance. Yeah, so let's see what I can do. Plenty of castles that has been attacked, plenty hasn't. Okay, so number 11, number 12, that seems more likely because give the most points. I will see what I can do against this. With a Chalkle Raffetia front, that's a Cowley. Very interesting. Okay, I'm looking at this, I'm like, that seems doable, unless it's a Grand first. So we're gonna see how it goes. So it's Nartus first, and then we know Raffetia to Cubic to Christina. Okay, so Christina is going first. This is relatively easy if you can use Asmode, right? So you get to get rid of 2 rows of enemies, so that's like 4 opponents dead. So let me try to set up something again. Something that I've been trying to do, which is using something like Lillian. It makes sense. I have a strong Lillian now. I've been waiting forever to build her. So 100% defense is always a good thing to have, right? Okay, so we're gonna move everyone to the top. So we're gonna go Michaela. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So Michaela can be here. Okay, and then we will bring Vals. Do I even need... Yeah, I'm thinking if I will need Livia. Yes, I do, because the Grand is +7. Shield Rune Grand though. Okay, that is something that I don't have to use Livia, I guess, if I have a strong Dalvi. So Shield Rune Grand. Do I need Lillian this time around? I do have a... Yeah, we're gonna go with a Grand right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go with something like that. So you know what? I think this will work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Grand has 1 buff. Grand is not going to do much damage, especially when they have Shield Rune. They don't have to do. They will not do much damage. Usually, based on my experience, Grand heal there. If you want her to deal a lot of damage, you need Vital Rune. All right. So because she does have this skill right here, that is not to be underestimated. All right. Just because she's a defender doesn't mean she can't do damage. On normal occasion, if this was a Vital Rune Grand, I would have avoided putting my Michaela here. I would have felt safer doing something like that. But because it's not, I will do something like this. So this is much safer. Do I even need Lillian there though? You know what? I don't think I'll need Lillian this time around. I'm gonna go with Dalvi. So I think this makes much more sense. But I want my Dalvi to go as early as possible. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dalvi goes 6, if that makes sense, right? Because if you put Dalvi move too late, the problem is you risk the her turning back into human form, and in this case it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be hitting that Raffetia, and Raffetia is not receiving her own buffs, so it doesn't really matter. It's more for Nartus, who are coming in way later. Okay, so we're going to give this a shot, so this should work. Alright, so the problem is only Nartus getting rid of my Dalvi, so that's one of my units dead. 1 unit dead. Hopefully we can preserve that. Okay, so power of Asmode, Kabloop. I'm gonna go in with Vals, jumping in, Kablam. Okay, so now we have a Dalvi to worry about, and then my Dalvi will go in right after, just as planned. So right now his Grand comes in. Okay, look at that, damage wasn't that high. So now my Grand deals damage. So look at that, Dalvi swapped to human form now. Initially I wanted Dalvi to move now, but luckily I did not. So Nartus going in. Okay, so Benshina does have Taunt. So I will be able to pillage that, deal with Grand, and we have a Dalvi left. I don't have my Dalvi, but I do have Lyudmila just for this occasion. So she will get rid of Dalvi. GG. Okay, so next up we're going to try to attack number 12. So this is what, I can't read this. That's most likely Japanese, right? Can't really tell the character. Okay, so this is something that interests me because there's Adin and Angelica both on the same team, +15. Usually, I mean, it's just my opinion. Usually, I think that if you have Adin, you don't really need Angelica. Like, there's something wrong with that. But I would say if you guys are relatively new to the game, Eddie and Angelica, they have this kind of similar role, right? Kind of, alright, not exactly. They can both be used in different scenarios, but if you don't have plenty of resources, you should either go for only one of them. Okay, so regardless, strategy right here. I see a Beliaf, I see a Nartus charging up, I see a Refitia to Chalkel, and then for 5, we're gonna go in with Angelica. So there's a Benshina right here again. If I were to use something like Cubic or something to protect against the Angelica, Benshina will have Taunt activated, so that's something that I have to keep in mind. So learn from my lesson the hard way, plenty of times already. Let's see what I can do. So do I need Livia? So that's the first question that I always ask myself, because Livia doesn't do anything in round 1, you know? So if I don't need Livia, I would prefer not to use Livia at all. Add in, I feel like I can do this with something like a Taylor to Veronia. That could be something that I can try to achieve right here. It's not something that I usually use, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with a different approach right here. Different approach. We're gonna go Veronia. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna use Taylor. Alright, so the problem is, I mean no problem, but rather the reason is Taylor is gonna go in. We're gonna get rid of Nartus. We're gonna get rid of Glacier. Lucius, we're gonna like activate the Death Guard. And then, of course, Angelica is gonna come in first, right? So I'm gonna have a protection for that. I will have something like this. So this is, it needs to be something like this. So it needs to be something like this. So Dalvi needs to be in a skip tile so that I can protect myself where against that. But I don't want Dalvi. Okay, that's the problem, because there's skeletons in place right afterwards. So that is very scary. So if I go, I want to go for Lyudmila because we can get rid of Adin later on. But Adin is coming in first, unless I use Cecilia, but I don't want to. Adin will get rid of Cecilia easily, I think, because it's... Wait, Adin is not even receiving a buff. Can Adin even take care of Cecilia if I were to block it via this method? So this is one method I can think of right now. Currently, let's see, what other approach can I go for? Obviously, I can go S mode right here. We can skip that particular lane and go straight to this one right here. It's much safer for me, to be honest, but I'm just showing you guys what approach I would have used if I did not use S mode. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I might screw it up, but if I don't have S mode, this is something that I would do. Like go in right here, kablam, and then Angelica hits Dalvi. Maybe I'll block it with Cecilia, I don't know. That could be something that's workable, but obviously Benshina will have Taunt afterwards, so that can be really tricky, really annoying. Or we could go something like this. I just figured it out. We could go something like this, right? This makes sense as well. This makes sense as well. So Lucius doesn't need buff. Wait, Lucius doesn't need buff. We can go something like this. So 1, 2. Should I place Livia in the middle? Natus will not do anything. Livia will die to Chalkel. That is a problem, right? Livia dying to Chalkel, that's a problem. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then we go with 4. Alright, makes sense. And then we go Lucius to clear skeletons. But regardless, this guy will die. I mean, she will... Can Benshina survive Adin though? This is no buff Adin. Look, no buff from Beliaf, no buff from... What's the name? Chalkel. So I think Benshina can survive. Or I could go a different approach. Who is number 7? Enemy Benshina. Why don't I go with this approach? Why do I want to go Taylor first? Why do I approach it this way? I could have gone with something like this, right? So I could have gone with Lyudmila being second, obviously. I could have gone with this approach. Lyudmila second, so she gets rid of Adin first. And then I go with Veronia Taylor afterwards. So I don't have to worry about... Yeah, I don't have to worry about so much things. The reason why I want her to go later, it makes much more sense because she can clear one skeleton that will be formed by Beliaf right there. But in this case, Adin, there's no skeleton or whatsoever, right? The problem is Dalvi. So if I use Dalvi, she will die to the skeleton. She will die when she goes in and hit one of the skeleton, right? So that's the big problem right here. So this is when we have situations like this, we gotta make use of, what's her name again? Lilian. Yeah, Lilian gonna block Angelica. So she's so good, man. +3. You need good runes, but +3. Damn. +3 more than enough. And then Chalker will go in and then stuff. Obviously, yeah, we will have Gran right there, no problem. She will be able to take the hits. So I don't really need to place Livia that far back. Do I place Livia at number 1? Because I'm worried that Livia will die from Charcoal, and she will. So there's no reason for me to actually even use her. So one thing that I could do is I could bring my own Benshina. I think that makes much more sense. We're gonna bring my own Benshina, so that will help me a little bit once there's plenty of graves available. So I don't really need Livia right there. It doesn't make sense for me to bring in a Livia because Charcoal is right there. So the strategy, yeah, I think this is gonna work. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then 3, 4. We will have Lucius clear the skeleton, and you want Lilian to be as far back as she can, I think. Something like this. I hope this makes sense, right? So this makes sense. So let me calculate again. Yep, based on my calculation, everything seems to be in order. So let's go. We're gonna give this a shot. Look at this. Look at this. Perfect calculation right here. Alright, gonna reduce the speed a little bit. Nartus charging up, Chalco charging up, Angelica, zoop. Aha, 0 damage. What now, Angelica? Lyudmila, kablam. Dead, add in. Kablam. Alright, now here comes the hyper buffed Taylor. Kabloom. What? Glacia survived. Okay, she dies from counter right there. No problem. Okay, so now the problem is there a problem right now? The problem is, let me see. I'm trying to see if there's a problem right now. The problem is Angelica. She will still go and hit my Lilian. Aha! So no problem right there. Wait, why did Angelica not go? Okay, so now she's a skeleton. Oh, this is a big problem. Okay, now that's a big problem. That might have been a big problem. So, did not calculate that. So now I don't have anyone to get rid of Benshina. Or do I? Okay, so Lilian dies. Unfortunate. So the skeletons are all gonna die eventually. I should be doing this. Should be clearing this. Lucius hyper buff. Okay, I don't need that Lucius to be hyper buff. Okay. So we're just left with a Benshina alone. Come on, can I do this? Let's go. Okay, turns not enough. The turns are not enough. Oh, Benshina! Oh my god, Benshina with the damage right there. I was like, oh my god, 2 turns left. Benshina with the save. Perfect win, 3 stars. Man, it was a good decision to bring in Benshina. Holy. Never underestimate Benshina. Man, she can do so much with the damage. I was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting. I thought, oh, Taylor died. I'm screwed. Damn, that was a good one from Benshina. Good one. Okay, so that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, you know what to do. Subscribe, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Should I buy this? Should I buy this? Yep, let's buy it. Goodbye.